Hello. Good evening. We will be continuing progress on Lae'zel. Hello, Kula. Plankwalker, Sapphire, Chow Dubs. Hello, welcome. Funga, Mr. Sarab. Epic Wizard, who's never late. Welcome. Welcome in. Okay, tonight we'll be working on Lae'zel. She's very close to being done, actually. If we can finish off the waist armor, and really it's just the arms left to do and some small stuff. My washing machine repairman mission was a success. I'll let you guys know. There was only like 5 or 6 extra pieces. That one I got done. Unnecessary extra pieces. Alright, now we gotta do all this filigree stuff. This one, I'm not sure. I think we lost the count. Maybe like excuse me. Ooh. Almost didn't hit that one. Maybe like 20 or 30, somewhere in there. I don't know. Yeah. I'll show you. Here's her weapon. And hands. I'm gonna be like this two-handed sword. Hey, what's up, Omar? This is a type of polymer clay called cast clay. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah? Definitely handled. Hey, Mary. Thank you. Making chili dogs. Nice. Very good. I grilled up a T-bone steak and some chicken breasts for dinner today. It was pretty good. It depends. Today was just salted. I think the steak had a little bit of garlic powder. Salted pork. Lepundu. Why, thank you. All the parts that I'm touching are already cured, already locked in. The only sculptable part on her right now is this piece of armor on her waist. Everything else has been hardened. Hey, thanks, Flappy. Thanks, Cody. Hey, what's up, Wind? Osa. Hello, Sosa. Oh, that's probably the same one, Von Hogan. I think there was a period in time where she was put on pause for a little while. That's probably why. Oops. I've been meaning to put more stuff on ArtStation. I actually started creating a finished works gallery over on my website, so that's kind of the place to check. Also, there's a lot of work over on DeviantArt as well.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
You have indeed arrived. Thank you so much for the 9 months, my friend. Nick. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I have contemplated putting more stuff on the guard station. It's just, I don't know, it's just one more place to have to update, you know what I mean? So. On the already existing laundry list of places to update and post. I don't know how some people keep up with it. A lot of artists out there are doing it all themselves. You know, I have a whole nother person who does a lot of the work for that. Most of it. And even between the two of us, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, man. The old era of social media. I turn on the AI bot for evenings. Come on. Can a human being streams twice in one day? Crazy. Hey, Finner. How you doing, my friend? Nice. Can you really ever have enough books? That's good. Yeah. Would have been a costly mistake. Oh, I've been good, man. I successfully replaced a part on. I was playing appliance repairman earlier and took apart my washing machine and replaced a part. It was a big success. Always feels good to get a notch of the DIY in your belt there. Good old YouTube. YouTube tutorials. Hey, what's up, Lori? It is, yeah. It also saves a lot of money. Part costs about $35. It took me, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. Probably saved myself a few hundred. Frugality. Spawned out of necessity. My frugal nature comes. There's one thing I'm not frugal about, and that's quality food ingredients. I get the good saffron. I get the good food ingredients. Yes. Can't say I've ever actually used saffron in cooking. Maybe I should try it. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Basmati rice, huh? No, I don't cook with saffron. Definitely was smart to do this left and right simultaneously here. Oh yeah. Saffron. Oh really? 2 weeks. Navy, or are you in the Coast Guard? Oh, Looney Lorna used to live in Hawaii. She doesn't anymore. Not sure if there's anyone else. Navy, okay. You booking in for 4 years? Or you going courier? Or are you kind of waiting to see how it goes? Oh, okay. Well, so it's not your first rodeo. Second retirement. What about Elevensies? Elevensies retirement. It's okay. You won't have to worry about second retirement. Our AI overlords will be taking very good care of us in our energy harvesting pods. I hope my pod is heated. Your brain will think it is, but it'll actually be cold and wet. I would need to find a proper job before I can retire. Yeah, I think that's one of the retirement requirements. Just enough to keep you alive. Hey, what's up, Wars? You can't perceive it, then how much can it matter? That's true. Very true. No contrast in my pod. No. The AI knows that if humans don't have a hard time, it'll just glitch the system. We'll all freak out. Didn't it go like that in the Matrix too? That they tried making the Matrix like a utopia where everything was perfect, but like humanity's brain just couldn't handle it's like we just needed a hard time, so they just mimicked reality instead. There can be no growth without suffering, Clayton. Embrace your suffering. It's the times of sorrow when we grow the most. Plants grow without suffering. Do they now? They have to endure the heat of the day standing in the sun. Get blasted with northern winds through the storms. Flooded ground and gnawed on by insects, pecked at by birds. Oh, they suffer. All just to grow up nice and strong, to have some human come by and pluck you out by your roots and crush you up into food. I'm gonna go say goodnight to my daughter. I'll be right back. Art is not a bone, it's a muscle. We all have one. Yours is just very weak. And time to work out that muscle. To grow it. Mm-hmm. That's part of the discovery, though, Clayton. It's good that you're trying things, you know? Because, you know, you can't know what works and what doesn't if you don't push the limits. If you're too careful, you know? Especially with paint. I feel like paint, you need to have a little bit more of a radical mindset of, like, just try, you know, the first color that kind of pops in your head to try, you know? You do it. All right. You always have a grand vision of how you want things to turn out. Yeah, that's totally normal. It's almost like your inability to make your to like have this vision of what you want to make look so good mentally, and then when you actually physically try to bring it to fruition, it always misses the mark. That's almost like a driving force to push you to grow your craft to the point where you can think of something and bring it into reality exactly how you think of it, or even better than what you thought. But that's totally normal, and that's how it was for me, and I'm sure everybody else. For a long time, you struggle with this kind of falling short. You must push forward, Henry.
Well met, loyal friend. You've made a real impact on the realm. Thank you for your contributions.
The mind game gets to you, huh? Zaman, hey, thank you for the 1 year of support. I appreciate that. Yeah, it does. It takes a long time. There does come, I feel like a tipping point of understanding. It really does happen. I'd say I probably felt things started really clicking for me, like at probably about the 5, 6 year mark. But it's true. It's like really, it's like things start to, you have a really high understanding of things, and things start to click together a lot easier around that 5 to 6 year mark. Before that, it's a pretty rough road. Feeling the juices flowing. Oh yeah, what's up there, Scorpio Seb? How you doing, my friend? A little dose of confidence and a sprinkle of determination shall armor you against the doubters and the naysayers that cross your path. That's right. Oh, I see. Like your studio as a like a project. Yeah. You're never really done though with this. Even when you think you're done with your studio, you're only done for a certain time, and then things get redecorated and moved around. You had a real jump in skill after taking on some cnot tricks. That is one way to accelerate your learning for sure, is to learn from someone else. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you just learn from being self-taught, you essentially are signing up for reinventing the wheel. So, but if you learn from someone else who's already went through it, like myself, I reinvented the wheel, and I can just give you the blueprint to the wheel instead of, starting from scratch. Like a 5-year blueprint. But yeah, thank you so much, Zaman. Thanks for the support, my friend. Some of the best nuggets of information I've gotten that have improved the way that I work or think about things were always dropped by somebody that was like, some industry person. I would listen to like even just simple like interviews and with like certain people like Steve Wang or whatever, and just kind of waiting for those little golden nuggets. And you'll find them too in the like least they'll just casually say something that they don't realize kind of like blows your mind when you're somebody trying to follow that same kind of path. Got some yeah, got some good nuggets. I remember I watched I think it was Steve Wang. He was doing like a live demo at a con and somebody was like recording it on their phone. This was a YouTube video. It's like a 2-hour long video with a bunch of just bad audio and nonsense, but man, there's some nice little nuggets hidden in there. Or I used to, when I was first getting started, YouTube and stuff like that wasn't really, it wasn't really that big. There wasn't that much stuff, especially for art stuff. The place to find good nuggets of information was forums. And there was this one in particular, conceptart.org. I can't even remember how I even found it. Probably just like Google searching, trolling around. And but yeah, it was this cool little forum that a bunch of professional like special effects artists and sculptors hung out. And I got all kinds of, even if someone's just sharing their work, but not necessarily telling you how they did things, I would look at like the photos of the work and what's laying around on the desk and just kind of like almost like reverse engineer. Conceptart.org, yeah. Oh. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Were you the one that posted the leaf painted wall in your workshop? Was that you, Angelus? Like a bunch of, like a tree leaf wall. 6-pack or 12-pack O-Nugs. I don't remember how many was in the pack. It was a big pack, though. What's my sauce? I don't know. I'm a good fan. I'm a big fan of like a honey mustard sauce, or like a good homemade ketchup or a homemade burger sauce, Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we checked it out on Friday. I started checking Discord to like see what you guys are all up to, like a Friday show and tell type of deal. And so we all took a look at it on Friday. It's looking good. Definitely a lot of work. some Doom. Was it a game? Lae'zel. Did they come out with a new Doom or something? All right, Fenrir. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Mixing life advices and fast food is what I bring to this stream. You do good. You do a good job there, Seb. Whatever it is you're doing a great job. Eating is still part of a normal day. Yes. Oh yeah? Yeah, I need to, my workshop needs a whole day of, just some loving. We're in project finishing mode, so that it tends to get a little bit chaotic around here. Her name is Lae'zel. You have to work in layers. So everything everything you see me touching has already been hardened. The only part that's not is just this little strip of armor here on the waist. Once I finish that, I'll bake it and harden it and do the next kind of part of armor. That way you can just handle the character and not have to worry about, goofing things up. So any part you see me touching, just from holding, or any part you see me holding on to, that's already been cured. Okay, let's see here. Almost done with this part of armor. Yeah, it really does completely change the way you work and the way you think about the work. I probably worked for years without really exploiting the layering method. There was, man, I wish I could find, there was this guy, I think you missed the answer. So we work in layers, meaning everything that you see me touching has already been hardened, already been cured. The only part that's sculptable right now is this little piece of armor we're working on. And once we finish that, we'll harden it and then add, and then, you know, lock it in and then add the next kind of layer. So this type of clay can be baked many times, and you can just kind of build up the character in this type of way. But yeah, so what got me onto this idea that I should be really baking as many times as I possibly can is there was this artist who made the like originals of those like you know, like random resin sculptures you see sold in like stores of like Mickey Mouse or whatever. There was the sculptor who actually made the like master for those before the production, and he used look like Sculpey, Super Sculpey, I think, or something like that. But he would put together these images that was like this long, you know, like almost like step by step. You zoom in and check out all the steps, but this long like photo arrangement with all the steps. And what I had noticed, this is one of those like golden nuggets. He didn't say he did this, but what I noticed is the first layers, or like the first things you see him sculpt, are subtly getting darker and darker. And by the end of the like creation of this sculpture he was making, those like first layers would almost be like this really dark brown, almost black color from him baking so many. So that I came to that realization that this guy bakes many times, you know, with all these little steps and refinement and stuff. So that's when I really started to like to test out that strategy. I wonder if I could find that. Let's see. It was like, it'd be so cool if I could. It was a long time ago. I always remember it because of the format that he would post. He'd post these photos. It was these photos, like really big strips. That's the best way I could describe it. And you'd click on one of his photo tutorials and you'd have to like zoom in, you know, to like see each frame. It kind of does. It does start to change color after a little while. You can kind of see it on Lae'zel here. See how her legs are starting, her knees are starting to get a little bit darker there. Because this was the first layer I did on Lae'zel. And it's really taking a beating heat-wise. Can you paint unbaked clay, then bake it without affecting the paint? Yeah, with some paints. Some paints can go through the oven and be okay. Let's see, hand sculpting. Oh, wait. I think I might have found him. Sculptor 101, that was his name. Let's see. Let me see if I could find one of the works he did. Man, this is super old school. What a blast from the past. Let's see here. Sculptor 101. Oh, it looks like he switched to digital. Yeah, he did. He does work for Warner Brothers. Let me see here. Some Disney stuff. Do you have any tips or videos on making good armatures? I have tutorial video, like project videos. You can go check out the armature building part of the lesson if you just want tips on just doing that. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of his old stuff, unfortunately. Go back. Looks like just finished work, maybe. He used to have, I mean, I swear he used to do them a little bit different. Yeah, the playlists are on YouTube. Oh, bummer. I didn't really share this with you guys. I guess I could show you. Just combing through his old stuff, seeing if I could find the original, like, inspiration behind the multi-baking. Yeah, check it out. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I mean, it's cool I was able to at least find this guy's work. Man, where did he post on? I can't. Maybe he did post on. Maybe this is a concept art guy. This is the kind of stuff he does though. You know, like this kind of stuff you'd find in like a souvenir shop at a like Disney place or something. You can't see it on this one, but he does so many layers for every little thing. How do you use the black background and not have your images all washed out? What do you mean? Washed out? Like too much lighting, or? Anyways, I'll get back to work. Get too distracted here. Black background does that to yours? I mean, it shouldn't wash out the images. It's weird. What are you taking photos with? Canon Rebel. All right, hey, thanks for popping in. We'll catch you later. Do it. Join us. Oh, I see. Have you played around with like maybe less light, or I can't remember which one value is the ISO on the camera. Gotta mess around with the settings. Usually crop out and change the background. Yeah, that's a lot of work though. It's also it's also very easy to make it look unnatural. Or I mean, you could use AI digital editing tools. I think Photoshop even has like a built-in like function where you can just tell it to remove the background and it'll do it. Hey, what's up, Rotten Canvas? Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm gonna brush over this one time, I think. Just really lightly with alcohol. Yeah, you just gotta play around with settings and lighting setup. I know lower light is not as good. It's better to have more light and to mess with settings to kind of lessen the intensity. Not a lot of cameras do well with like low light photo shooting. car cleaning time, huh? You're a yoga dog? No. I don't remember seeing a yoga dog. Newsflash, cosplay gift cards never expire. My sister got me one. Okay, it's good to know. A collage. Oh, look at that. Yoga dog. What does brushing on alcohol do? It slightly dissolves the surface of the clay. So when you brush, it will kind of remove some really harsh edges. Sometimes when you're tooling the clay, it leaves behind these like kind of really coarse, harsh edges or little bits of clay that you don't want to be there. So the brushing just kind of smooths things down a little bit. It's the combination of the alcohol with the brushing. The more brushing you do, the kind of smoother you can make it. Yeah. No, it's on Wednesday. Wrong. Teaching. Yeah, I'm streaming in the morning at least for a little bit. Yeah, that's right. I'll definitely be taking the evening out though. Thanks, Angelus. All right, I'm gonna use the heat gun and cure this piece of armor so we can start laying down the next one. Well, I've not had any issues with shipping my work ever since I switched to Cos clay, and it's because of the flexible nature of the material. You know, this is a piece that's been cured here, so it's really just super tough. It bends, it doesn't break. But I also, you know, I package them. I still package them as if they were made out of a fragile material, so it's like guaranteed to get there. Do you always ship whole then? No, not always. A lot of times the character comes off of the base. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, shipping's not an issue. I mostly make them come apart for just making it fit in the box better, you know. The more pieces you can make, the just kind of easier it is to kind of essentially every individual object gets wrapped with like bubble wrap pretty tightly, filling in all the in between areas, you know, like in between the legs here would get filled in. And then those bubble wrap packages get put into a box that has packing peanuts surrounding the bubble wrapped objects. So, and then the key is to make sure when you close the box, you can shake it and there's nothing moving. So it's packed tight enough that that there's no movement. And yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. I've shipped so many things that way and never had a single issue. Protection. And if there is like an area you're a little bit worried or concerned about, you just kind of almost like create a box around it, if that makes sense. Like a pocket of air around it. So like, say for example, you know, like maybe her hair here, if I was worried about that, I would create like I would take cardboard and kind of create almost like a hardened structure that makes it so that delicate area is kind of surrounded by air and not really touching anything. And then just continue to package it just like normal. So. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you what do you use or what? Because the key is that I'm using this clay that is shatterproof, so you don't, you know, it's just not really an issue. In the past, I didn't use this clay because it didn't exist yet, and I would have to engineer the packaging way more. So, you know, making things come apart more, and you know, boxing it even more, kind of like hardcore. So. Another good method is like the box within the box method, where you have your piece wrapped up and put inside of a box, and inside the box it's like surrounded with packing peanuts, so nothing's touching the sides. And then you take that box and you put it in a bigger box with packing peanuts all around it. That's not touching the sides, and then you close that outside box, and that's like you can ship something very fragile in that method if you do it right, and it can get handled really badly and still make it just fine. Because essentially the outside box absorbs all the blows, if you will, the damage, and then the interior box is still safe, you know, surrounded by a cushion of peanuts. But, you know, it's a lot of extra work, so I would only do it if you are really working with something really fragile or really concerned. Okay, let's see here. Let's at least begin the last kind of section of armor here. Few centuries. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's the kind of stuff I just figure out on my own, just through trial and error. I've definitely, we'll just say, over the years, I've learned what not to do when you're shipping work. That's delicate. Those are the kind of lessons you don't have to learn very often because they're very painful. Yeah, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be situations where stuff goes awry, and it's okay because the lessons you learn help you for future stuff. And you also, like I had to learn how to fix my work because of situations like that. And you'll realize fixing it doesn't take nearly as long as originally as making it. It's not as bad as you think. Hey, Nathan, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in for you and your daughter. I know. Bango bango. I know you were texting that word as soon as I said it. What the? Hey, thanks, Michael. Yeah, the piece underneath's already been baked. We're adding another layer here. Everything else has been baked except this piece of clay that I just added. Angelus. Maybe we'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. Homework's not going to do itself, Clayton. Read the rare mom info. What's that? Above. Oh. My mom heard you talking and said, wow, he has a nice voice. Reminds me of Bob Ross. Which I know you've heard many times. I don't think it's the sound, more the vibe, personally. Oh. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Bob. I'll take it as a compliment. We made some happy little mushroom cloud the other day, remember? Maybe I need to start coming out with my own little sayings for things like that. Catchy little sayings. Maybe we just got to give it time. It'll happen naturally. I mean, how old was Bob when he started doing his episodes? He's probably what? He's probably in his 40s, right? Suffering builds character, has nice. Oh man, I'm curious now. Oh wow, he's 50. He was 50. Oh, we got a lot of time to develop character. Joy of painting started when he was 50 years old. 1983. Just a bit before I was born. 6 years before I was born, actually. how cyclical this world can be, right? Twitch is like the modern day PBS, right? Kind of. Yeah. You ever watch that is it the Joy of Painting documentary on Netflix? About how I always wonder if anything else developed from that situation with Bob Ross's son and the people who own the rights to him. Yeah, I know they do. Or do you mean the owners of Bob Ross do stream on Twitch? Or are you talking about the Bob Ross stream? Yeah, they really commercialize the heck out of them. That's for sure. You can like find Bob Ross merchandise in grocery stores everywhere now. The family? No, it's a company. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch. There's a documentary on Netflix about how essentially Bob Ross signed his like rights over to his uncle or something, and the uncle was pressured by these this pretty much it was his financial backers that backed his career to like sell their or to sign over the other half over to them. Jansen Media, yeah, pretty scummy, if it's true. There's always a chance. There's always a chance it's not the entire truth, but I also don't doubt it. Yeah, essentially, Bob, this lady, it was this lady and her husband who had a lot of money, were like the financial backers of, the Kowalski people were the financial backers of Bob Ross's kind of like rise to fame, you know. And they ultimately like kind of like controlled him like entirely, especially after he got really popular. And then there's just a lot of scumminess around the son right now doesn't have any rights to his father's stuff at all, even though he's even a part of it. He doesn't have anything from his father's legacy. She is, yeah. I think that's because that's how she met him. So before Bob did before he did the show, he used to do like classes, like live painting classes where he painted a very particular technique, and he would teach people that technique to create, the way Bob Ross's style, which actually isn't from Bob. He learned it from I can't remember the other guy's name. There's another guy who, I don't know if he created the technique, but Bob became kind of a protege of him. And then after he became proficient at it, he got certified to become a teacher of this method of painting. And he was just a natural at it with his voice and the way he talked and stuff like that. He was just really good at it. And that's how he met the Kowalskis, because she took the painting class. And then, and then they came up with the idea of creating a show with Bob as like the main character. And ASMR of the 80s. Pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. So I don't like how this part kind of reads right here. So what we'll have to do is, after it's been baked, we'll have to go in, we'll have to cut with an X-Acto this back a little bit and then just retexture that area. Almighty Mountain and Happy Trees. Oh, really? Did the teacher of Bob, Bill Alexander, he said that stuff first? Doesn't surprise me. Right. Predecessor. Did you write a thesis on Bob Ross? No, I just watched the documentary. I have one of those brains that just hangs on to like, information like that for some random reason. Oh. Yeah, Scorch is pretty well versed. Oh, really? Yeah, but it's one of those things that's just not the same without old Bobo. I know he used to do 3 versions of the paintings that you see on the show. They make it seem like he's just kind of willy-nilly creating, but he actually planned out the painting and did like a final revised finished version, like the one he did on the show, and then there's a third one. I don't remember what the third one was. I think maybe like just a quick sketch kind of idea one. So. Yeah. Okay. One to figure out the composition, one for the show, and one for the credits / books. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm always interested in hearing that kind of like how they behind the scenes of that kind of stuff. You know, it's always interesting. The stuff you don't see. Yeah. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it has reached that time for me to get on out of here. We made good progress this evening on Lae'zel. Just have to flesh out the other plate on the other leg and then do the detailing on that. We probably only got maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple more weeks left on Lae'zel. Alrighty, folks. Alrighty. Alrighty, folks. It's that time. Time for me to get some rest. Going to be back on tomorrow. We'll be working on the chess set in the morning. Finish off Commander Crumpet, probably. And, oh yeah, we're working on the other castle face, too. Windwife. The talented Windwife. Okay. All right. And then what else we got going on? You said she likes the wind. Who? Who likes the wind? Is like the wind. Oh. She's like the wind. Ah. Okay, I'll say hi to her. I think I'll probably say hi to her at some point today. She never appeared. Which one of you is drunk? Not me. Okay, let's see here. Let's find someone to read. Oh, let's go raid that Lost Wax bronze casting guy. D5 Null. So we got 3 people in there. Every once in a while I'll go and search for people with the sculpting tag. And we found this guy last time. I think we raided him. There's only 3 people in there, so seemed like a good guy. All right, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye.